Good morning, everybody. Just came on for a few impromptu minutes this morning. Xenia's at a doctor's appointment, so I just hanging around and decided to just see who was on. Welcome. Like I say, it's not too much going on. Yes, you are first, sir. Welcome to my very first impromptu. I'm not sure how informative it will be. I was just more coming on for a bit of a morning chat. Oh man, I really got a shave today. Still trying to get out of those winter beards. It's a Canadian thing. Railroad expert, did you see that vid I made today? No, like I say, I was gone taking Xenia downtown. She has a pain management clinic. For those of you that don't know, Xenia suffers from fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. And it's been kind of a big push for her lately, especially seeing that we're doing these videos, these live streams almost every night, usually except for Sundays. Time adjustment's very hard for her and can take many weeks. Juliet Miranda, good morning. Good morning to you too. Great to have you here. And Irvin DePaid Tourist, I love that. I don't know how you guys come up with such amazing handles sometimes. I love it. The Irish Homestead family, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm hoping, I know it's so hard with the time difference, and usually we're on at 8, which is what, 5 hours difference for you guys from Eastern time? I believe it's the same as England. Yeah, thank you, Railroad Expert. It's a chronic, and there's like, I think it was only last February they were able to even just trace into the brain where they believe fibromyalgia begins. So it's, even if they were to come up with a miracle drug tomorrow, and especially with Canada, there's a long testing stage, longer than the States. It could take 10 years. So Tyler, welcome. Good to see you. Another fellow Canadian. Sierra, the chosen one. Hello, Pusa. Hello to you as well. You guys have such good handles. We're boring. We're a business. I shouldn't say boring. I don't know if some of you probably heard already. Welcome, Tammy. Our name, and it's pronounced Puša, because that little upside down hat is a sh sound. Is a town in eastern Latvia where Xenia's mom grew up, and she passed away of cancer at 2013. She was 55. So when we started our photography, videography, we chose that name. We figured it was a kind of a touching tribute to her. She was a big inspiration. It was hard because Xenia and I have been together since the mid-2000s, and I always felt guilty that I never learned Latvian, because Latvian is an extremely hard language. It's an old language, and it's like in French, for instance, you have different endings for, like, I'm going to the store, we're going to the store. It's the same word, store, just different endings. But in Latvian, if you say I'm eating pork, I'm buying pork, or looking at pork, pork is usually like 3 completely different words for each tense. I love what they call vehicles, like plane is the lito machina, which literally means flying machine. It's like they just discovered it or something. Rudy, good morning. So great to have you here. Like I said, this is very impromptu. There's nothing really much going on. Guys, support each other, check out each other's channels, go right ahead. I don't do a lot of that stuff, but please feel free. I mean, like, I don't promote that. That's not usually what we do. But I cheer you on to check out each other. There's a lot of great channels here. Wagoma, yeah, and also, guys, if I haven't checked any of you out, please just drop by and throw some support if you like what we do, and please leave a comment, because when I'm done these things, I always go back and I'll see that we've grown like 5, 6, and I've only got 2 comments. Please leave a message, because I definitely go and check out your channels as well. I'm always looking for new stuff. I'm a truck driver, paid to travel and really. Oh, okay. Now I get you. I was a long haul truck driver years ago. I grew up in Eastern Quebec, but once I moved to Montreal, I actually studied police tech at John Abbott College, which I did not like. And my father was a truck driver, not long haul. And the one thing he begged me in life not to do was drive trucks. So that's exactly what I did. And on top of that, became a long hauler. which I did for, I don't know, maybe 3 years or so. And when Xenia came here first, I don't know if it works the same way in the States, but in Canada, each province has like a different quota of people that can immigrate each year for different reasons. And because my wife spoke English, Russian, and Latvian fluently, was 24 years old, and had a degree, master's degree in psychology, because she didn't speak French, she still fell to the bottom of the list. So she probably would have to wait 3 years to become a permanent resident. So we moved to Saskatchewan, where I started hauling crude oil just above North Dakota, the same Bakken fields. And there it was literally 10 months. So you have a great day, the Irish Homestead. Thank you so much for coming. And hopefully we can reconnect soon. And we'd like to say, love to have you as a guest on the show, as when you guys can work out the time difference. If there's any way, we're more than happy for it. Beer Belly. Hey, Beer Belly Travelers. Welcome. So good to have you. I love your channel. You're another one that we kind of connected almost right from the beginning with. So I love all channels here. You all mean a lot to us. But it's always nice to have some of the ones that you began with. Millie, I'm always worried about names. I'm going to mispronounce it. Millie and Ashley. I hope I pronounced it properly. I mean, no disrespect, but so great to have you here. I love your channel as well. Great family stuff. I think I just watched the last one maybe 2-3 days ago. Yeah, and the best, any of you guys want to be on the show at night, like drop us a line on Twitter, preferably, if not Facebook. I don't like using DMs in Facebook because they're very unreliable. And also, too, if you're on the show, we got to be able to send you the link and have you join. Excellent, Eli. Yeah, they're a great channel. Lots. They're. I just found them recently, but I like their content. Well, I'm partial. I love Irish culture. I was there 2 years ago. I did. I landed in Dublin, took a bus, and went for the day to Belfast. And then when I came back, I rented a car for 2 days. It was just me, and I drove all through Ireland. And then I flew to Scotland, and I got to trace the castle of my ancestors, a Sinclair Castle. If you watch MFN Productions, he just did a drone of it not too long ago, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, but you can't miss it. It's this castle. It's on this mound. It looks so epic. And yeah, no, it was pretty cool. So and then I flew from Edinburgh to Liverpool, spent 2 days going through central UK. Then I hopped another plane over. I went to the Isle of Man, which was just spectacular. It's this oasis in the middle of the Irish Sea. You got palm trees everywhere, little castles, and if you get the city travel, like usually in most cities, that's your bus and metro if they have it, or subway, whatever you want to call it. There, it's an old little 3/4 scale rail, a steam train that runs along the southern part of the coast, and on the upper side is electric rail car, and that's all part of their city package. So that was pretty cool. It costs like $25 Canadian a day, or so, what, 20 US. Bottle Caps is here. Bottle Caps is here. Welcome. No, and he's going to be all upset because Xenia's not here, because he's always sending her pictures of his garden and all that. He's very sly with the women. Between her and Susie's channel, you got to keep your eye on him. Welcome, Muskie, one of our past guests as well. Beer Belly Travelers, I was watching your video, I think it was this morning or last night, the one where you guys were caught in that storm. The side coast shots look so much like where I grew up in eastern Quebec. Really great video. Yeah. Yeah, I know you like that part of it too. So like I say, Xenia, she's at her pain management clinic. She meets once a week for 2 hours. She's part of a study group because it's chronic. She has, like I said in the beginning, fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome together. So she's been trying, they're basically developing cocktails to try and find out what works best for her. But there she'll also get like physiotherapy advice. They get speakers that come in to deal with pain management and stuff. Uh, yes, they closed the bridge, Upper Peninsula. Yeah, I seen why. Well, yeah, you guys get that lake effect stuff. You know, it's the states, especially the upper states, I would say, is so much like Canada. I've traveled through all of them pretty much, and you always everywhere you go, everyone will say, "Oh, well," there's this one quote, and they'll say, "Oh, if you don't," we have this saying around here, "If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it's going to change." And I swear to God, I hear that everywhere across this whole country and the upper states as well. Everybody thinks it's so original, but it's just that we live in a very volatile weather system, and I know the lake effect stuff can really run havoc sometimes. It's unbelievable. You think they're inland, they don't get bothered with the coastal storms and that, but oh, you got a major heat wave hitting you today, bottle caps. Out in BC. The Night Owl, welcome. So good to have you. Like I say, oh, the Good Cell Life, welcome. We had some laughs pretty recently. Great channels. You guys are amazing. It's so comforting after just a couple of months of doing this to be able to have a connection with so many of you guys. You know, Beer Belly Travelers, I'll put you on the spot. You're here. I still want to have you guys on. I know you guys have a busy schedule, but we'd love to have you guys on as a guest to talk about the channel, but also talk about you guys. And I definitely would like to talk to Dana too about his drone shots and stuff. I just recently got his channel. I was glad he sent it to me. But I know you guys are really busy, so I'm not doing that to put anybody on the spot. I'm just reminding you that I would love to have you on sometime when you can work it out. If you want to send it like in Twitter, we can definitely try to find something that works. Yeah, exactly, ball caps. That happened in Montreal last year. Oh, excellent beer. Yeah, because I'd love to have you guys on. We do well with, like, we've done the couple thing with Rick and them from the Corn Life Network and Halos and Heathens, and it's kind of fun. I find there's a good dynamic with it, and we've been a fan of yours since the beginning. So, oh, thank you so much, The Good Cell Life, and you guys. I mean, you guys are what makes the community. I mean, we get on and we ramble and we go on silly sometimes and just kind of do our own thing. They, yeah, Eli, you can send a message for sure. The only thing is with our channel though, we don't really talk so much. I know you guys are really into like talking about the subside. I mean, we can definitely cover that, but I mean, a big part of it is talking about other things that people's channels don't do, like beer. I was talking to Beer Belly Travelers. We talk a lot about them, how they met, what got them into what they do. You know, we tend to focus more on that. We don't do like an hour of just talking about motivating or stuff like that. Which, so I'd love to have you on. Send us a message, just saying like up front. There's lots of channels doing that, and we're not very good at that, and it's not really our comfort zone. So, yes, okay, sure. Then yeah, definitely send a Twitter message, and we'll work something out. And I don't mean to say that to be rude in any shape or form. I'm not trying to downplay what anybody else does. It's just there's enough doing that already, and we were very against doing live stream. We really, yes, it's like an interview, exactly. Because we've at this point, we're always gonna have new ones in, and I love seeing people check out each other's channels and supporting each other. And like I say, guys, I can't check right now, but if you can, check us out and please leave a message. Every time we do these live streams, I get new supporters, and I get 6 new subs, and I got what, 2 messages. I want to follow you guys too. I'm really interested in what you do, so please leave a message. Yes, exactly. Or it doesn't have to be doing the same, inventing the wheel. I'm not saying we've done anything out of the box either. I just need to do something that I can at least, because I do a lot of cinematography. So I always was really pushing. I put a lot of work in my edits. I always wanted things to have a certain level of work to them, a certain level of quality. I'm trying not to sound like a snob because I don't mean it that way. I just meant with the live streams, I never wanted to do that either. I want to do what we're comfortable with, that we can shut off the camera and say, okay, yeah, I'm happy with that where that went. Like Muskie Hans, we'll bring him up as an example till the day we stop doing this. He was such an amazing interview. we get him on. He's talking about fishing, and I mean, he's a nice man, and he's great at fishing. But I love finding out what people don't get to know. And he ended up talking about how he's going for his PhD and writing his dissertation on soil saturation with salt. I mean, you could hear a pin drop for 10 minutes, and I kept checking the participants. Nobody was going away. And I believe with that, you get not only subs, because a lot of us have subbed each other already. This is like the 2.0 part where we kind of will see each other, hopefully, because of this 2-3 years down the road. I think once we get to know the person behind the lens, because it helped us a lot. Because the night we appeared the first time on I'm a Creator, nobody knew what we were. Because we always joke about it, because Xenia would say, "Oh, I love what you're doing with that spring colors and I don't know, lipstick or whatever she likes to watch." And I'm like talking like, about fly fishing and engines, and they didn't know if it was a guy or a girl, if it was 1 or 10 people. We were kind of had this mystique going for us. So you would be really good at it, Coriolis effect. I think I would love to have you two on as a guest. I mean, any of you guys, please, like, send in Twitter. By going on somebody else's is a great way to see how you feel about it. I mean, there's no patents here or anything like that. I know other ones are doing some, and good for them. Hey, Joe, yeah, yeah, it's not very often. Like I say, Xenia's at a doctor's appointment, so I thought about doing this now and then. And guys, there's like, I want to look through the list here. Like, you got Joe, amazing supporter, and I mean, this guy watches our videos, makes great comments about them, connect. Those are the things that help us so much in YouTube, is somebody who makes point on comments and not just thumbs up with a 24 in front of it. I would rather 5 words. That's all I would ask for, and that's what I try to do to everybody else as well. Coriolis Effect does the same. Beer Belly Travelers does the same. Bottle Caps. Bottle Caps always does. Sometimes he leaves an interesting bunch of Z's if he's not crazy about our guests that night, but thank God those videos go unlisted afterwards. We love you. Millie and Ashley, they leave great comment. There's so many great supporters in here. Entertainment 45, we recently, feedback helps us grow. Definitely. You don't need to, I don't, even us, like, I mean, people say that my editing is really good. I really appreciate it, and I do put my heart and soul into it. But I don't do this like, "Oh, you forgot it. I've seen it 2 minutes and 21 seconds. You were a second off the beat," and all that. Who the hell am I to tell anybody? Everybody has a right to make what they want. Be something supportive. I like where you're going. Yes, you're really coming along with your skills. I see it growing. I mean, that's what makes people grow. There's too much negativity in the world, and I'm not some flower child, believe me. Xenia says sometimes if you look at our calendar, it says 1957, so I'm not exactly the most PC guy in the world. But I don't want to grow like that. I don't want to be not even the big ones. You'll notice we never knock people here. Like, we're a huge fan of Peter McKinnon. I love what he does. He inspires me. I actually wrote a thank you letter to him because he was the one who officially got me back into doing YouTube, because I had quit. So how can I have a problem with somebody who gave me that? I don't want to be jealous of them, because what happens tomorrow if one of us gets to be that size? What, everybody's going to have to hate on us? I don't want to be that. I would rather there's good people. You can't copy them, but there's nothing wrong with taking away inspiring messages from people. Yeah, the other week, last night, actually, even tapped on again. If you ever get a chance, somebody who's new here, if you look at our last video, was Tech Talk Tuesday. Xenia went into a very in-depth explanation on how to use. Oh my God, I forget the name of the program because I don't use it. It's a free program where you can make thumbnails, like high res, impactful ones in minutes. And she walks you through step by step on how to do it. And then I did it in Photoshop. The train one was what I was getting to. There's that Foggy Mountain CN train. Some of you guys have seen train in Kingston. And if you look at the thumbnail, you see the train, and then there's already was fog, because I tend to take it from a screenshot or like a screen extract from VLC, so it was already high res. But I wanted to feel more mystic, and I was just happened to be watching Peter McKinnon that day, and he was showing about using in Photoshop, using the blur which blur was it? Motion blur. But what you do is you make a second layer of your picture. You add the motion blur heavy on that one, like really heavy, almost distorts everything. And then you go in with on your mask and you start deleting it with the brush in like 10% increments. And I open it up in front of the train. So now when you see that thumbnail, you see the train really well, but right away you get this feel of the speed of the train and a way more intense fog. Yeah. Oh. I'm sorry, I forgot to shut off my phone. My apologies. Yes, I have that ringer on to bug my wife. I change them once a month to something noisy. I get a kick out of it. That's right, Joe. Yeah, that's right. What a coincidence. I had never even thought of that one. And literally it changes. Sometimes I put it on European ambulance or something like that. Anything that just kind of... yeah, I know. Yeah, she really loves that ringer. Oh, you guys are too funny. Oh my God. Yeah, I thought he lived near a truck. Yeah. I'm surprised. Just luckily we go on 8 o'clock at night and don't get as many calls, and I usually tend to remind it. See what happens when Xenia's not around, how everything goes to pieces? Yep. Her nagging keeps me straight. I shouldn't say that. I've just, before anybody gets offended, no, she's not a nagger. She's actually one of the most easygoing people I've ever met. I was married before, and Xenia is something else. So she's amazing. A lot of some of you know, some of you don't, that Xenia and I actually met on a video game years ago called Second Life, and it was by complete chance. And we just hated the game. It was one of those three-dimensional world inside of a world, and we were both going through stuff in our lives, and we just kept in contact. And yeah, after when everything was all done here, I have a son from previous, and I decided to go over to Europe for a while, for a little bit. And I said, if it doesn't work out, I got 2 or 3 months in Europe, I'll just get to explore. I'll come home, and no real pressure, and been together ever since. Yep. And some of you have seen I might upload the video soon. It's on our personal one. Hey there, James. How are you? It's kind of impromptu. How's it? Like I say, Xenia's at the doctor's appointment, so I just decided to turn on. How's it going? And hello, because you came to say hello, so I'll say hello to you as well. Millie, yes, that's what I'm thinking. We're at 1355 or something like that, and I'm kind of thinking maybe that'll be the 1500 video, because we didn't really do one for 1,000. We did a live stream, and I was thinking that I thought about like kind of like a draw your life, but that's not really us. I like doing more video, and I think maybe that would be something. Are you at work today, James? I forget your schedule, if it's Thursday, Wednesday, or Thursday that you're done. I have a horrible memory. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. So, but yeah, Millie, that's what I'm thinking. Cannot stay, but we'll catch this later. Streaming from my thanks, hey Joe. That means a lot when anybody from Canada says they're streaming from their car. That means a lot, a huge amount, because they data is very expensive here, so that's always appreciated. You know. So I'm pretty. That always means extra amount. So thanks for coming, Joe. So appreciate it. He's so amazing. He used our intro in his last video. If you haven't followed Joe, you got to check him out. He's such a fun channel. Oh, Saturday night we shall see if we can get you to 15. Yeah, we'll see. We got still my sister's place, like I said, for supper, and we have Miss Kathy's on at 8 o'clock, and she might be bringing her husband. Her and her daughter are joining us. We had already booked it, so. But you never know. Maybe we can drop by. I'll see there as the week goes through, because my sister's notorious for making plans and then we got to cancel them. So we can definitely play that one by ear. But yeah, no, I'm going to start. Yeah, they can come to the party. They can just come back at 8 o'clock to catch Miss Kathy and them. Miss Kathy's on the show 8 o'clock Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, her and her daughter, and we're hoping and crossing our fingers her husband is actually going to join. It's looking good, so, but once again, you never know till it happens, so you never know. Forgot to put that back on. There. Yep. Yep, I'll try my best, James. You take care. Have a good day. Thanks for coming by. This is different. How are you? I'm doing good, Reese. I think it's kind of scared some people, some of the regulars that I'm on like this time. I'm when you might see a bit more of this because I'm going to start playing with OBS. I really got to do something different. I appreciate Hangouts, but I got to find a way to make this work that you can have guests on because we always have guests on. So Hangouts is kind of the option, but I'm hoping to make it work. So we'll see. So I might get more of these impromptu ones. I'd like to try them at different times, maybe, at night after we're done our other one or something like that. But it's hard because this live streams don't matter as much. But remember, guys, when you put out a video, some people don't know this, always space your video out 24 hours a piece. If it's anything less than that, the other one's not only going to choke it out and take precedence, it can actually really sink the other one from any kind of growth and can last a couple of days. That was, I always bring up the example of Linus here. I want to move this back a little bit more. Sorry about that. Linus Tech Tips is a great example of that. And it's good, once again, to look at the big guys because they pay for all the studies that you can use for free. There's a place where you can look and actually do exactly what they're doing. They do a show every day. So that's great. Every one of them's even if it's just a minute, it's always past the 24-hour mark. But Friday, they do a live stream on Twitch, which they then bring over around 10 o'clock at night onto YouTube to show. So that day, usually in the afternoon, that's when they'll do usually do like a paid or a show each week, sponsored by Visa or something like that, or sponsored by Amazon, whoever. They'll show that one in the afternoon. That's the only day of the week they have two because that one is paid. So they're not so worried about it if it falls back in the rankings. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Always great to have you here. And maybe if you can join us tonight. We do have a guest. I just got to double check that it is confirmed. So Xenia will pull her hair out. She says I announced it without the last confirmation. Hey, Doodles. Doodles is a great channel too. Another one we had connected with not so long ago, but there's really great channels, guys. I love what you guys are doing. That's why I believe you should support everybody that supports you. I do the best we can. Sunday morning, I was 6 hours just answering because every time I answer, I automatically go back and watch another video. And it's hard because then I'll go on and I'll say, I'll see the beginning of their list is like, Dear Belly Travelers, I haven't heard from them in 2-3 days. So then I go to check to make sure the bell is still clicked. And then while I'm there, what are you going to do? You might as well watch a video, right? Because you like their stuff. So I tend to trail off that way. And then at night, I was pretty much the whole day. I'd probably say 14 hours on Sunday altogether if you added up all the times of just doing nothing but replying and watching videos of people that spoke to us. There it is. I'm going to get my live chat back. There we go. I haven't showered yet either. Oh, it's too funny. Coriel's like, you're so funny. You enjoy that shower, okay? I gotta figure out how to do the guest thing. Yeah, exactly. Some are using Skype, some are using Hangouts to run through a secondary window and stuff like that. It's just there's never enough time in the day, and it's one of those things I think about, and then it's literally 10 minutes before we go on, so I'm not going to play with it then. And a lot of times we're off by 11, I would say. We tend to go 2.5, 3 hours, even though we're only supposed to go 2. And then you do the thumbnails, answer people who wrote, get ready for the next day, a few little things, and before you know it, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's been very hard for Xenia to believe me, guys, when you see her, she's putting on the best face possible, and it's because she absolutely loves you guys and then loves chatting with you guys. She's in pain most of the day, and by that time, just for her to change into this time schedule for the time format that we have can literally take her weeks just to try and get used to. So she really, really puts her best foot forward to make it happen. Yes, exactly, Corrales, 100%. And take care of yourself, and you are 100% right. It's the time is the constant struggle. I mean, we still have two kids. We 7 and 11 years old. We still have our business. Things are going to get busier now as wedding season and stuff like that comes. So, I mean, we do some corporate stuff as well, but I can tell she's in pain. Sometimes she has a short fuse with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's an awful thing with you. Yeah, that's Xenia. She's a character, believe me. She definitely makes things interesting. This is nice hanging out with you guys this morning. I really needed this. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yes, exactly. We do look wiped sometimes, and we try our best. And I catch myself sometimes. You forget the camera's on. Now I'm getting more used to it, and I'll catch myself yawning or something like that. I'm like, it's never you guys. It's just the grind of it. I mean, it has paid off. Let's see. Let's see if we can not make my phone go crazy. Yeah, see, so our first we're at what 24 live streams so far. So the first 23 brought us in roughly 73,500 minutes. That will change by 500 or 1,000 as the day progresses, as it equalizes, but it's worked out for us. Yes, wedding season has hit full force. Weddings are not my favorite thing to do. I never wanted to shoot video. I love editing. I wish we were big enough that I could hire someone to go shoot it and come back and I could do all the editing. That's where I'm happiest. The reason why I started doing video, Xenia was Xenia was doing photography, and she's very good. Guys, if you get a chance to see the link in a lot of our videos, I haven't done the last couple. If you go back 5-6 videos at least, or even any of the cinema ones, you'll find the link for our Instagram. You really got to check out Xenia's photos. Like last 2 years ago, she represented Quebec for National Geographic. Her photo was selected to represent Quebec for Canada Day and stuff like that. She was voted upcoming photographer of the year or up and coming 20, excuse me. I forget the name of the magazine. You can ask her sometime in the chat. This is the video camera that I shoot with, by the way. This is the DJI Osmo. Some of you have seen the mobile version. Mine actually has the camera on it. And this is the camera from the Inspire 1. It doesn't shoot in RAW, but I shoot 4K flat, which means I bring down almost all the saturation down. I keep the contrast up a little bit because then I add the color in post-production. And why I do that is for continuity. So your pictures match, because sometimes you're in a sunny place and this is the Z-axis that goes onto it. And as you can see, it mounts, this base comes off, and then you mount this on the base, and this part here goes on top. It takes like 2 minutes. That's why a lot of people ask me if I'm shooting with a drone or something. Well, kind of, because this is an actual drone camera. The microchip goes in the same way in the head of the camera. It is the one off of the Inspire with no modifications. And then you open up here, and that's where your cell phone sits. Right here. And you control it the same as a drone. So you can record without the phone, but you wouldn't have any display or anything. So photo capsule, Mavic. And yes, I know I would like to have one at some point. Hey, Liz and Ethans, good morning. How are you? So this camera is great for travel because without the Z-axis, Literally, that's what the whole camera fits into. The case, yeah. Yes, it is the Osmo. Yeah, the original Osmo. The case is kind of scary because it looks like something it would hold like a 45 revolver in. So I haven't tried it in airports yet because I haven't done much flying since we started the video. But I like it, and I have you can add in the selfie stick, and I don't use it for selfies. What I really like it for is then I can hold it up in the air, tilt the camera, and this base here for the phone attachment can go down on the handle. So in a wedding or something, I can actually put the camera up, holding it over my head. I can get 9 feet high. And because of the stabilization, it looks like a drone hovering. If you look at the christening video that I did, you'll see it going over the crowd, and that's exactly how I used it. Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, this is off of a more expensive the camera than the because this is the Inspire 1. It's a lot more expensive drone for that part. But if I was to get the Mavic, I would definitely get it and use it. You can never have enough. So I would also like to get the if anybody does vlogs and they show a lot with their camera, you should really look into the Osmo. It's the same base, but the Osmo Mobile. And it's all of this, except instead of the camera up here, it's a bracket to hold your cell phone. And those things are like amazing for stabilization and that. So you see this one here, you use it like this, or with the, especially with the Z-axis, I can't change it right now, but with the click of this button, once it's on, here, I can show you probably with the base. I don't know how it will work. So this is the way it'd be sitting regularly. Here, I'll turn so you can see the side. So picture the handle underneath and the camera on top. Well, with a click of a switch, you can hold it this way. And now I hold it at my chest level. And as I'm walking, it looks like it's floating. So there's different levels you can put it at. It really does a nice job. That's what gives that kind of free floating shot. And the mobile's not expensive. And I mean, everybody has great cameras on their phones today. So for the purchase of that, you basically bought yourself a Steadicam, and your video will come out 10 times better. Guys, once again, if I haven't, I see a new one again. I see Ball Caps Edit Erica. I can't do it right now, but please check us out as well. Leave a like, and if you can, if you sub, please leave a comment so I can check you out right after, because I'll be back in a little while, and I'd love to see what you're doing. So that's so hard when you're doing this and you see all these channels coming in. I'd like to go and check you out right away. I wish I could. But if you leave, I come after and I see like 6 new subs but only 2 comments. I feel bad because thank you for subbing to me, but I would like to support you as well, or at least have the chance to check out your channel and see if I'd like to. I want subs, but I also like if you don't like what we're doing, like please don't feel that you have to sub to me. I really want people who enjoy what we do. Any of you are always appreciated and welcomed. Oh, Senja, welcome. Oh, new one here again. Lonesome's Garage #1. Welcome. So good to have you here. Senja and I think this is the first time we've ever been on a live stream together. It's funny because my wife's name is spelled Ksenija, but it's pronounced Ksenia. It's kind of like Xena, Princess Warrior, but a lot of people pronounce her name almost like Ksenja, when they try to sound it out. She actually gets to any doctor's appointment. Usually they walk out with a paper in front of them going, and she's like, yeah, that's me. For the kids, welcome. My God, we got to reconnect. It's been a while. Wow. For the Kids is an amazing channel. So great. It's so, it's one of those genuinely refreshing channels where you really feel a good vibe onto it, and a lot of support, a lot of shout outs. I think one of the first ones to really start doing shout outs and that out of the whole I'm a Creator group. So Geo's Family Fun, welcome. So good to have you here. Like I say, I don't know if you'll find much except just meeting people and stuff like that. Check out each other's channels, check out ours. Please leave a message so I can check you out after. Yes, well, you see, Eli, there you go. Message us. Love to have you on, and bring her on with you. That's the kind of stuff we want to do. I appreciate when I said it a while ago, I just didn't want to lead you down a wrong path. Like, there's something to talk about, because I believe if you get to dig a little more into people, kind of like onion skins, the bonds last for a lot longer, because let's face it, everything comes and goes and there'll be new things. I've been in this since the days of MIRC. I've seen all these things, and it's not that they don't do good, but we always have to be ready for the next change. And Xenia and I thought about it long and hard, what we wanted to do with this channel and what could we feel that we were properly set to do with it. And that's when we decided to kind of just get talking to people, because we realized when James took us on, got talking to us, it made us feel more comfortable. We owe him for that, because he was the one who got us into live streaming. And it helped us out a lot. Like a lot of people, I've seen our numbers grow, because I think when we went on the first time, we were maybe say 850. And like a week later, we were already hitting 1,000. We actually, the second time we ever live streamed, we were on with a panel, and we hit 1,000 while on the live stream. So I believe it does help. The more people get to know you, then it's not just so much like a check them out just to get the numbers. People are more interested in what you do, and they can put a face to what you do when you put up a video. And I do think that helps make for longer connections. What's going to happen if everybody's going to be live streaming and nobody's going to be watching? Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of what's starting to happen. I agree, and that's why we don't have all the answers. I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, tomorrow people might not like what we do at all, and we'll have nobody. And I mean, we'll be back to, I'm still going to make cinematics. It's actually hard sometimes now, because I miss making cinematic videos. It's nice to have the audience. Now I got the audience, but I'm really have not much time to do the stuff that I want to do. But that's why this channel had to be rewarding enough for me to put that on hold a little bit. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Let's see. Oh, Life with Ken and Jane, welcome. You guys are about to start a big adventure. I was just watching your video. That's so cool. You guys are so awesome. And we were talking about music again. About you were thinking about doing some live streams of you actually writing music while doing the live stream. I think that's amazing. Actually, can I ask you guys a question? I brought it up last night. Welcome, Cami SS. Great to have you. Like, if you check out our channel, please leave a comment if you sub, because I would definitely want to check you out as well. And please mingle with everybody. I have a question for you guys. We were talking about it last night. Maybe one of the impromptu ones, or we might do the live stream. I might do another one if you guys follow my cinematics. The last two have been photo series. I might do one more, because I definitely want to keep those coming on top of starting to make other videos. I work in Premiere. Would you guys think it was a good idea to stream while I'm working on the video? Just so people can see, like, kind of work. I don't want to start off like this is the pointer, and this is how I mean, I would explain stuff as I'm going, but like, just to kind of get a feel of what it's like to work in Premiere. I'd love to have you guys' opinion on that. Oh, thank you, Philip. Philip is so amazing too. Another fellow Canadian. Always great to have you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lonesome Garage. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a good teacher. Xenia's the teacher, like she did last night. Really go back and watch her video if you can, about creating thumbnails. Canva, that's the name of the program she uses. It's a free program, and it helps you make high-res thumbnails in like 5 minutes. Even if you have no prior graphic experience, it's basically calling up images and pasting them right in, and they do it. She uses it every day for the posts that you get on Twitter for our upcoming shows. And it is really a good watch. And we also go into the plugins that we use, TubeBuddy, vidIQ, Social Blade, and we actually show how we use them day to day. So if you're not familiar with that stuff, it's really, really a great watch for that. Eli, I use Premiere and it's awesome. Like, I can help. Yeah, sure. I studied it in, I took multimedia design in 2000. And I might do more later on as tutorials. It was more just kind of hanging, like some of the ones where people are drawing and filming them, like Orteo that we had on the other week, our guest. Just kind of doing one of my videos and just like talking with you guys as I'm going on to it. Not so much as a teaching guide. I will say what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but I won't be right back to basics. More just to kind of hang out with you guys and do something at the same time. Yeah, Ken and Jay. Isn't that something? I remember one night we were at 800 and some, and the next morning we had lost 21. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Biker Bushcraft. Oh, he's one of our favorites. He was such a good interview. He is a legend. He laughed when we made the title. He's on our show, one of the greatest conversations we've ever had. And our friggin' internet went out. I found out what happened was later on, I had to actually call Toronto and get it sorted out. They had changed the profile for our DSL. And we were off for like, I think, an hour because I said, since I'm on with them now finally and it's ruined the stream, I might as well get it fixed properly. We get back online, go in the chat just to tell everybody what happened. He's in the audience and he comes back on and we did another show, like a full show together. He is the most awesome person. Brocknex, welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to have you here. Actually, I'm supposed to give you a message. Xenia was mentioning you yesterday. I was going to go and send you a message today. She sent you a message in Twitter. I hope you guys would be interested in coming by and doing an episode. Love to have an interview with you guys if you're interested. I don't know if it's your thing or not, but if you are, I mean, you can see some of our past streams. If you get, I think you've been on some of them already. You've visited. We would definitely. You were one of the ones too, right from the beginning. I kind of connected with, so it's always great to have the ones from then. Art Geek Design, welcome. Another great channel. We've been a good couple of weeks now. You guys are awesome supporters. It's nice to see so many good channels in one room. I mean, how amazing is that? It just shows you that there's a lot of good here. So, Geo's Family Fun. Well, I'm glad you're listening. I hope it's something semi interesting to listen to. No pressure, right? It's hard. This feels weird without Xenia. Xenia's a talker. She's more shy than I am. Oh, that's nice, Bronix. Yeah, sending healing thoughts. I wonder if we could ever get Bottle Cap on. First, you have to get, or you got Twitter now, eh? You've jumped into that. You'd be real interesting. Sanjay as well. I don't know. You guys would also too. I was thinking you guys' life as Ken and Jane. I know you guys got a lot going on, and you just want to be on the show like as a guest. Please send us a line on Twitter. Yeah. All right, Bottle Caps. We'll give you kind of we'll give you a little tutorial now. Guys, if you haven't checked out this channel, it's so amazing. Jewish redneck preppers. Just how can you not look down a list? I think I've seen Backwood Bow Ties or somebody's channel. I forget somebody's stream. Jewish redneck preppers. Welcome. So good to have you here. Matt Ralph Wright. Finally, we get to connect at the same time, of course, because he's yes, this is better than 1 a.m. GMT. Yeah, I know. It was hard to find a time, and like Rick has the morning show, and we were pushing Rick from the Corn Life Network. They've been doing that the last couple of days. This guy is one of the greatest supporters you'll ever meet, and he spends so much time supporting everybody else that he's kind of left his own channel. He's doing good. I mean, he's around 500, I think close to 600 maybe. But he has a morning show every morning. It's Coffee with Rick, and it's kind of like our feel in the evening. He does in the morning, but like it's really a good feel to it. And we don't push a lot of channels. Like I said, we're not into that. That's other people do that a lot better than us. But we just kind of we've known him since the beginning too. And I just think sometimes good people need that. I want to bring up his channel. I'm going to let's see here. Can you screen share in because this is the first time no, you can't. Okay. Well, I'm going to post the link then. So let's find the. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Rick from the Corn Life Network already, but in case some of you don't, Corn. Yeah, I'm just excited for this because we're always doing this for each other as one's talking, the other one's looking up stuff and there we go. He's at 562. There's his link. If you guys get a chance and can check it out, and if you're not a subscriber, he is a really, really good watch. A really, really nice guy. $1.60 a liter. Wow. Yeah, I know it's insane. Montreal, I think we're at $1.40, $1.45. but there's a native reserve not far from here, so I go fill up there. At least they're usually about 10 cents cheaper. No, exactly, not premium. I go, of course not. I'd hate to know what premium is. Probably what, about $1.75? It's starting again. Freaking gas prices every couple of years. Fuel prices are geek designed. Yeah, yes, and yeah, exactly. You guys are going by the gallon, but yeah, no, it's hitting everybody. They're starting to play with it again. It's amazing how oil, after years of sitting there, can go up $3 a barrel, and all of a sudden it starts a price war. I know, like in Latvia, when we go back to Latvia, it's around $2 a liter Canadian, I guess, somewhere around there. Oh, okay, Matt, right, Ralph, right, okay. That's Premiere you're talking about, CS6, I'm assuming. And it's nice, like I always say, go on YouTube. There's like 2-hour videos. There's tons of them where they all literally start Premiere as if they've never used it before, and they go through every little, what the pointer does, what the rolling edit tool does, how to drop a file in the timeline, how to import. And the nice thing with those, you can pause and speed up a million times. I still use them. I have a golden rule with any video I do that I try to learn 3 new things with every video. That's kind of I try. Sometimes I do more than that, sometimes less. And I mean, that's what I do is I go on YouTube, I watch what other people are doing. Some of them I can figure out on my own, and some of them I'll see a cool tutorial and I'll just try it out. I mean, even the most advanced ones are still going on YouTube all the time looking for inspiration and how-tos. That's what I didn't have back in 2000 that I wish I had now. Happy Trails Hiking. Sorry if I missed you before. So good to have you. Oh, good morning. Okay, there you are. Great. Yeah, 3 new things with each. That is awesome. Exactly. It's a good goal. It's not too over the top, and it's enough to keep you learning each time. Because even though I studied it, I was out of it for years. I worked for a large music company, and I didn't get to do video much while I was there. It was into the 2000s, mid 2000s, and then I was a truck driver in Saskatchewan when we moved there, so till Xenia was a permanent resident, and then we moved back. So, William, welcome. Good to have you here. Nathan likes drums. SB Entertainment. Good to have you guys here. It's always nice to see you guys. Guys, once again, it's nice to see you supporting each other. And if you support us, I would thank you so much. Just leave a comment, please, because I definitely will check you out when it's over. I always do. I find that I almost feel, and it's funny because they're the ones getting let down because I'll get, like I say, after a live stream, I'll have like 6 new subs and only 2 comments. And I feel guilty because I would definitely go and check you out right away. I'm always looking for new channels. As long as you're not blatantly copywriting something and claiming it's your own or it's filled a hate speech, I appreciate what you're doing. Everybody has a voice here, and even subscribing with subbing somebody that you don't fully enthralled by their work, you can still appreciate what they're doing. They might have a hobby that I'm not really into, but I can appreciate their passion in their work. I can appreciate the cinematography that they use in showing their work. There's all kinds of options. There's all kinds of things to appreciate in that. I don't like that sometimes I see people getting very harsh, sometimes like mad critics about it. If you feel so bad about it, why not just leave the channel and go to the next one? I don't understand that there's this need sometimes for people to play like a godlike figure on YouTube and in chat lines in general. And before YouTube, like I say, I seen it back in MIRC and that, all kinds of just negative stuff. And there's like literally no reason for it. It serves no purpose at all, but I guess to each their own. And this is not some kumbaya moment. It's just To me, it's just being decent. Same as like you notice we don't have many moderators here, and we don't. If you want negativity, just turn on the television. Exactly, 100%. I don't like the moderator stuff and going all out. Like we don't feel the need for it. Honestly, if our channel gets that bad, I'm just gonna stop. I just stop doing the channel. This is where I want people. I don't have really many. We don't have many rules. It's kind of. I like seeing. We don't do. You got to join. You got to join each other. Check each other out. But that doesn't stop us here. And if you like what they do, and that rules suck. Exactly. You're so funny, Phil. Okay for Kids TV, welcome. I think the first time we ever had you on a live stream as well. JB Adventures, what's up? Great to see you. Another great channel. Like, it's amazing in some of the quality in these channels here, you know, and I watch you guys' stuff and I'm always blown away. I found I found if you're so polite to them, they go away because of yes, exactly. It's the old kind of killing with kindness. That's right. What? Sorry, I guess I missed the first part of it. Cammy says. Funny. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Okay. Now I follow you. Then sorry, Cammy, didn't mean to draw attention to it. Yeah, our son, my wife didn't want to cut his hair at first until the first one said, "Oh, you have a lovely daughter," and then I was off for a shave. So it happens to all of us. Like my oldest son is 20, my youngest daughter's 4, and Bottle Castle loved this one because he kept telling me to get my hair cut because I leave it grow it every winter and my beard. And because I would look younger, and I had my daughter out, and a guy said to her, "Oh, it's nice to see you out with Grandpa today." Biker, it was so nice to have you here. Great channel. Check out. The guy just had a motorcycle accident a couple months ago. He's recovering like the speed of light. Actually starting a new job soon. And he's amazing. So yeah, if you haven't checked him out, please do. Happy trail. God, I can't believe how many people are here. Wow, I feel so overwhelmed. Yes, coach got a lot of tips and stuff like that. He's got a lot of energy too. Yeah, I don't have that kind of energy. Like I watch these guys and I'm like, I'm not the right guy for the job. This is being gender. Yes, Art Geek. Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, 100%. Well, like the same as Xenia, like being from Latvia, a lot of the boys, they don't cut their hair earlier on for sure. The thing was we moved to Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan's more kind of part of the Canadian Bible Belt, if you will. So yeah, we had to. It was easier for him. That's a very good point. Oh, well, isn't that nice, Bottle Caps? You got a hairy butt. Congratulations. You always bring an element of class to the act. I love it. Yeah, exactly, Eli. I love it. That's why we're on later in the night. We're kind of the wind down. Xenia and I joke sometimes say we're kind of like the beginning of the late night shows. Yeah, no, definitely art design. Yeah, no, I believe a lot of when in Rome, and that's why we did it when we were in Saskatchewan. Just to try and make it easier for him. I know some people say, "Oh, that's just conforming and stuff," but it is. Your 2-year-old kid it was already hard enough for him to fit in because when we were over there, he was speaking more, just learning to speak, and he was learning Latvian, and then we drop him right in the most, flatlands. All my hair is falling out and moving to my chest. God. I haven't had that problem. I honestly think sometimes I'm like a living chia pet. I got it everywhere. Oh, that's well. I'm glad that you picked for a little bit here. Happy Trails Hiking. I would. You see, you guys are the hard channels. I just so want to have on as guests, but I know the time difference is hard, and I don't want to move too much all the time and then be in other people's time slots and that. I'm really there's enough going on in life, Xenia's health and our kids and work. I've done everything possible, or we've done everything possible, I should say, to avoid the drama that comes with a lot of this stuff on YouTube. Because that's really not what we're interested in doing. I have so little interest in doing that. I just want to enjoy you guys. It means a lot to us because we've got a lot of stuff going on right now, as most people do. Everything looks all happy, but everybody has lives, and it's not always great, and there's many things to deal with. And there is some sort of comforting feeling about when we turn on that camera at 8. Not at 8, it's not comforting. We always joke it's kind of like the scene out of Armageddon. But 2 minutes later to see you guys trickle in and these familiar names and stuff like that, it's kind of like a sanctuary for 2 hours. And we don't want to paint everything with rosy glasses because I hate when YouTube channels do that. Oh, we're just having the best time of our lives and we're the best family in the world. And nobody is. We all got our problems. We all got our pitfalls. But it's refreshing to have that time to kind of walk away from that for a little bit and just enjoy each other. And I wouldn't say we're the biggest live stream by far, even in the groups of the ones you guys are most likely all frequenting. But I think we have a really good group, and they've been quite dedicated and really respectful to each other. And that's why I was saying we don't need a bunch of mods and stuff like that for each other, and also just listen to each other. So we don't need all that stuff. And that's what makes it so much fun. I have to lay down rules to my children because that's my job. I don't want to have to do it here. If I had to, I would definitely. I wouldn't enjoy it anymore. We wouldn't do it. It's a place to come for 2 hours, and I hope you guys feel it too. I hope that when you're there, that you feel it's 2 hours to kind of escape everything else that we have to deal with, because you guys do have lives. That's why we like to meet people. Look at Uzulu the other night when he talks about cars, and I mean, they're amazing. I love how him and his son do it together. It's such a great story. But as we talk deeper, because he was a bit nervous at first, you could feel right away, and the more we get talking, we ended up talking about the mid 2000s in Detroit and what he went through before he got a job in the railway and stuff like that. To me, that's some of the most memorable moments we've ever had there. I love when we're not Maury Povich. We're not here. Don't want to make anybody cry. There's nobody coming out that was unexpected. It's about just getting to know somebody a little bit more than what they do day to day and what they feel comfortable sharing. And people got great stories. It's you guys are all interesting, not just on the camera, but behind the camera as well. So many good stories that come along with you all. Muskie Hans, we brought Wago, was in the channel. The guy fishes from Wisconsin, and he's got great fishing channels. Then he gets in, and one of the first things he does is tell us he's going for his PhD and writing his dissertation on soil samples with salt saturations. I'm sure I got that wrong. There was a hush, and I kept looking back at the participants. It went for 10 minutes and nobody left. And everybody, I see them commenting that now in their videos that were there that night or seen the video. That's what's so amazing about it. Yes. Yes, definitely. I don't know if I'm speaking to Ken or Jane right now, but definitely for sure. And you guys are an awesome channel. And like you guys, you're starting this amazing life journey, and you're going to be able to document it on here. And unfortunately, it happens to all of us. Someday we're going to be long gone, and our great grandchildren, because anything on the web is here to stay. Whatever it is comes in the future, we'll always have a catalog. The days of only the Vikings keeping proper journals are long gone. This is all here to stay. Hey, to my great grandchildren, 200 years down the road, nice to see you. Glad you're watching. You guys are so great. So many great channels in here. And I mean, a lot of us have been in this since, at least since I started this in, I think it was early February that we got to meet a lot. It's so cool. I'm honored to be a part. We're honored. Xenia and I are very honored to be associated with channels like you guys. All of you guys. I think we've done a very good job with our channel. One thing I will pat ourselves on the back is bringing a lot of really good quality content creators here. And I hope that's why you come, is because you appreciate we try to put the same in our live streams as I did in my cinematics. Halo and Heathens, there's another great, there's another great example. One of our first interviews, and we're going to be on their live stream Thursday, I believe, for your live stream for your podcast. Xenia looks after all those schedules. We're talking, and I mean, this is a husband and wife that has such an amazing story. Neil and I have so much in common. His wife works for Lucas Arts. She's like a cable runner for their sound stages and everything. I mean, she showed us the award she got for 20 years service. She sat there and had lunch beside George Lucas and his family. I mean, how cool is that? You know, finding these kind of things out are absolutely phenomenal. Badger Farm Girl, welcome. So good to have you. It's amazing. Raven Rain Books. We are so happy we found you as well. And remember, all of this is reciprocal. You guys have not only make great content, but you make the channel worth it. What good is it to make something if nobody comes? And if you have, let's call it for what it is, junky channels plugging up your chat stream, it's going to be a junky product in the end. And you guys are the exact polar opposite of that. Sorry, Lucasfilms, excuse me. I apologize. I got to have myself. This is why I try never to quote anything, because I always get it wrong. Like, I'm so glad to have Matt Ralph right here. Like, we've watched each other's stuff for, it's got to be a good 2 months. And we've never been, I don't think, in the same live stream together. Yeah, you were saying that yesterday about Ken, I believe now I'm talking to. I'm pretty sure, because I didn't see the post a while ago. You got to meet a lot of great artists. I'm gonna have to share sometime. I've done it once or twice. I worked with for a big music company. I worked with Paul Stanley from Kiss, Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, Kerry King from Slayer. There's a bunch. I have a picture of my son with Jim Marshall, who created Marshall amplifiers. That was really cool. I used to hang around. We brought Jim Marshall. I worked for a company that distributed in Canada. So once across the 49th parallel, we were Marshall Canada, Pearl Drums Canada, Digitech Canada, et cetera, et cetera. We were a huge company, and now they've doubled in size since I've left. They've bought out the company that creates US Music Corp, which makes Washburn, and forget which amps, a bunch of stuff. And they do it all worldwide now, and that they're gigantic. And he started off like 50 years ago with a one-store pawn shop. But we bring Jim Marshall in every year, and Jim Marshall loves his single malt scotch and cigars. And everybody I work with can't stand the smell of cigar smoke. So I would always be the one volunteering to spend time with him. So I go to this hotel we'd put him at, the Chateau Vaudreuil, really nice hotel, not in the downtown core, nice out in the outskirts along the St. Lawrence River. And I would just sit with him, and we'd sit there and have single malt scotch all afternoon and smoke cigars. And I'm not even a big cigar fan, but when in Rome, and he'd tell me about, working with Hendrix and Clapton, and when Peter Townsend came. And not many people know this, but Jim Marshall was actually a drummer. He was never a guitar player. He was 5 years old. He was diagnosed with a disease. I forget the name of it, but your bones are basically like chalk. And he was hospitalized pretty much till he was 11 years old or so. And when he got out, of course, in England at the time, there was no catch-up programs. He just got put in the grade with his age-appropriate classmates, which was too much for him to handle. So he started a milk run. And with the milk run, he saved up enough money to buy a drum set. With the drum set, he started playing in big bands when he was like 15. And from there, he saved up enough money to start a small little drum store. And from there, he started building these amps in the basement. And Jimi Hendrix was over, and also Pierre Townsend, and those are the guys who basically created Marshall because they wanted something at first, the Marshall stack, because at first they were just big cabinets not cut in half. Oh, you're taking off, Ken? Sorry about that. I got rambling on. Didn't realize that. Well, listen, take care. It was so nice to have you here. And yeah, we'll definitely have to have you on sometime. I want to talk about all those people. That was cool last night. Yeah, opening for them was amazing. Such a great channel. And guys, check them out. They're going on a huge journey. It's going to be cool. I'm not going to tell you anymore. You got to go see it for yourself. It's definitely worth watching. Yeah, so the amps were cut in half because the roadies found them too heavy. And he warned them at first. He told them, he said, the roadies said that he warned them the roadies would find too heavy, and they disagreed. And sure enough, 2 months later, they're back looking to get them cut in half, and that was the birth of the Marshall stack. Definitely. You guys have our Twitter. It's Puša Studios, all one word. Just send us a line in Twitter, and Xenia will get you set up with a time and everything. This would be really cool. I think she's actually got some openings for next week. I cast a shadow on those B-listers. So amazing. Well, I think another maybe 6 minutes, and then I have to hit the trail, go pick up Xenia downtown. I was thinking about turning on the other day, going through downtown. The problem is there's so much construction. The whole city's torn apart. We're kind of going through a bit of what Boston had, like the big dig type of thing. JCM 800 vintage from the 80s. Yeah, those were hot. I love those. Real true rock amps. A bit like that sound. At the time when my son was with them, I wish I had the screen sharing. This is the first time I'm using the like direct stream, so there's none of that. I should have did as an event and then signed on. Where my son met Jim Marshall, I bought my son a miniature stack, and it's basically like two 1 foot cabinets and then like a 6-inch head on top. And then he signed the head in both cabinets. Yes, he does have lots of killer guitars. So does Neil from Hail and Heathens. I don't have as many as those guys. You can see right there. Those are my two RGX 521s. And it's kind of it was a knockoff Crafter guitar acoustic I just got. I don't show it very often because it's in bad shape. Let's see if I can do that. No, the cable's not long enough. You can kind of see my Parker a bit, I guess. No, it's too dark in the corner. The Parker is kind of cool. It's an expensive guitar. It's we were a distributor at the time because Washburn was distributing them. That's why I got it. But I got to clean it up, and it has a piezo pickup in the bridge, which is cool. There. It was great to chat with you guys, but I got to. Yeah, those 2-year-olds can be pretty hard to reason with sometimes. Thank you so much for coming, Matt. I'm so happy to have you here. It's been so long. Neil, yep, great. I got literally like 3 more minutes and I got to run as well. Frog Tech Tips, welcome. Another prior guest. So good to have you here. Philip was asking about the amp. That's a Johnson JM 150. And that was like the first generation of modeling amps. It cost like $3,000 back then in the mid 2000s. It was made by Johnson and Digitech. And you have to be a friggin' engineer to be able to modify any of the sounds because it's all like banks of perimeters. And you know, so you pick flanger, well, you got to keep turning the dials, go in further and further to each setting in that. I just pretty much have my 3 or 4 sounds that I like and just leave it at that. You know, I got like, and you can customize them. So like course number of the beast, I call 1 because it's a heavy flanger, distorted sound, and so on and so forth. It's got 99 presets and 99 that you can preset yourself. Yes, I will definitely go check that out, Frog Tech Tips. I will definitely check that out. I've been trying lately. I'm burning the midnight oil trying to get back. I've even going back into messages that I hadn't answered like a week and a half ago, trying to get some of them caught up. So I try my very best to really yeah, that's a tube driven amp, by the way. It was the first generation of like a of modded amps that, but it is tube driven. It's got two 12-inch Celestians in it. And I like just the sound and so on. So that's a nice thing. You can just use a bypass, and if you don't want to use the effects, you know, and I can just run like a tube screamer through it or something like that. Let's see here. Hi there, Leah. Welcome. So good to have you guys here. So many. I can't believe how many people are here for. This is such an impromptu one that usually I don't do. So it's so good to have you. That's so. Let's see. Like I say, guys, please check out our channel as well as everybody else's. We're going to be off in about 2 minutes because I really got to run and get my wife downtown. But sub to us and leave a comment, because I definitely, or if you've seen our videos before, if you watch something else, leave a comment. I want to be right back to watch another one of yours. I do want to follow any new channels. I definitely want to hook up with you. So, oh my God, Touring Taste Buds, you're killing me. I got like 1 minute left. Oh no. We just had them on the other night. Such an amazing channel. We had such a good time. We got to do some of these channels again like that. That was so much fun. Hopefully, we're going to get you in Ottawa soon, playing for the Rough Riders. Oh, well, definitely. I got to run and get Xenia soon, but yeah, because I definitely want to check it out. So I'll keep an eye on the stream. So I love you guys' work. I'll be over to see you, Coach. I love it. I love it. Oh, well, definitely. We're going to hook up for sure. And we're gonna, if you have the time and everything works out, we got to get you to Montreal as well. You're going to love, I love Ottawa. Ottawa reminds me so much of Edinburgh, Scotland. I find that's just my personal opinion, but got kind of that feel to it. Now, the next person might say that I'm way off, but that's just my feelings. No. Yeah, and you guys too. I mean, you're a phenomenal channel, and that you guys are another example of why I started to love doing live streaming. Because if it was us just talking all the time, we wouldn't like it. It wouldn't be our thing. And I hope we do a decent job, because we're just learning as we go too. We don't always ask the best questions, but we are trying to make it better as we go. We're trying to learn. Philip, it's always such a pleasure to have you. You're such an amazing supporter. Halo and Heathens, there's such a great channel too. I look sometimes and I can't believe that I have great channels like this that come to see us. It's still, Xenia and I started to shut off the stream at night. We'll actually say that to each other. It's oh, thank you so much, Frog Tech Tips. That's so nice of you to say. You know, it's I'm glad it means something to somebody. It really does. It's heartwarming for that. Well, guys, I really got to shut this down. I got to go and get Xenia, but we will have our guest tonight. So please, please, if you can make it, love to have you guys. It's going to be another great show. I'll put out the promo video in the afternoon. And if you can like and leave a comment on this as well, if we're already hooked up, that's perfect. And if you're not, please check out some of our other stuff. See some of the cinematic ones. And I'll definitely be back to check yours as well. Definitely leave comments, because I love seeing you guys' work. Take care, Bottle Caps. Always such a pleasure. Raven Rain Books, thank you so much for coming by. Oh, Touring Taste Buds. Yes, it's our the pleasure is all ours. It was just fun to do this morning. Try something different. Neil, I think it's Neil typing right now, I believe. I'm so bad without Xenia for keeping up with the chats. We're going to see you guys really soon, and super looking forward to it. You guys are awesome. Art Geek Design, Asta folks, Asta, you're love what you guys are doing. Keep it up, and please leave comments because I definitely want to see more of your work. You're welcome. It's just so sweet. Oh, definitely, Eli. Please do. And I love that idea about bringing your wife. Please talk to her. We could definitely do that. So, like I said, I think we have some openings next week. So I can't believe that people are actually lining up to get onto it. I still can't even wrap my head around that. Cheers and keep creating.